So I want to add new features to the super add-on, but I want to make sure that they are needed. So what I did is go to add session, find an environment, and try to recreate it with the super add-on and see which features are lacking so I can build them. And this is a video for you as I go through that process. So this is the environment I want to create, not exactly as it is because I don't have the assets they have, but I wanted to make sure that if a user wanted to create this, the add-on was sufficient in helping them. The first problem I ran into was collecting assets. When you're starting a scene like this, you want to make sure that you have all the assets you need to create it. You don't want to be going through folders, looking for rocks, grass. It's going to take you a lot of time. So the first feature I added was a library that helps me collect the assets I need. So for this scene, I needed a spaceship, a car, a road, some rocks, grass assets, trees, and maybe an electric pole. Thankfully, if you go to Sketchfab, you're going to find a lot of free assets from there. The issue is bringing them to Blender and storing them in a way that is going to make it very easy for you to access. One option is to import all the assets into a blend file and just copy one by one as you need it. Another way is to use the asset browser, but I find the asset browser a little bit confusing in how you have to add assets and how to retrieve them. So my option was to build a library within the super add-on. That way I can easily add the models that I want into the library and then import them as I want by just going into the library module, searching for the asset I want and importing it in. When it came to scattering assets, I realized I needed some new features for the scatter module, including a proximity feature where scatter points like grass, rocks can be scattered near an object like cars or a tree. I also needed to make sure that I can easily mask out spaces for roads by using a curve proximity. That makes it easy to carve out roads and path. These are all features under the masking tools, and the great thing about this is that you can easily layer different masks on top of each other. For example, when I wanted the spaceship to have some grass on it, I just added a geometry mask that only allow instances to be spawned on faces pointing directly up. But you can also layer some noise on top of that mask so that the distribution is a little bit more organic and noisy. Having this many assets in your scene can be quite tasking on your viewport and render time, so I realized I needed to do some optimization, so I added camera carrying, which means that any objects that the camera is not seeing are going to be hidden in the 3D viewport. The add-on can detect the active camera that is viewing the scene, so when you move out of the scene and look through the 3D view, you can actually see the camera carrying happening. This also supports animated cameras, so the scene updates as you go. So those are some of the features I've added throughout this project, and you can get the super add-on exclusively on my Patreon page. If you want just the scatter module that you saw me use here, that you can find it in the links below. Thanks for watching. Let's dive into the time lapse so that you see the whole process.